In this demonstration we're going to look at installing System Center Virtual Machine Manager. There are some requirements for this. So the hardware is we must have CPU Pentium 4 2 GHz, RAM should be at least 2 gig, disk 2 gig without local SQL server, 80 gig width. Hardware recommended really is a dual Pentium 4 2.8 GHz, 4 gig of RAM, 40 gig disk without local SQL and 150 gig width. The SQL Server VMM database is SQL Server 2008 Service Pack 1 or above. System Center 2012 System Center Virtual Machine Manager and System Center 2012 R2 VMM should be SQL 2008 SP2 or higher. The software also as well, we require a supported operating system. So the supported operating system is Windows Server 2008 R2 or above. WinRM service should be enabled and firewall ports opened. Windows PowerShell 2 or newer. Microsoft .NET Framework 3.5.1 or newer, and Windows Deployment Kit and Installation Kit as well. So System Center 2012 VMM RTM with Wake 7, 2012 SP1 VMM and System Center 2012 R2 Windows ADK 8 should also be installed as well. So what we're going to do here now is we've already installed all of the prerequisite software onto our box. So the next thing to do here is to actually install the Virtual Machine Manager software itself. Right, so just in Windows Explorer. What we've already done in File Explorer is we've already attached the disk. We'll go into VMM. Next thing to do here is just go for setup.exe. Right, what we're going to do here is we're going to do an install. So we'll select install. Then what we'll do on getting started screen, we'll add some features. What we're going to install here is the VMM management server. Now we've already got the console installed on this machine. If I didn't, I'd also have the console, but we'll have a look at installing the console in a later demo. So we'll select next. We'll just fill out the product registration information. So I'm administrating a Datum Corp. We're not going to bother with the product key. Select next. Read through the license agreement. We have read that now, so select next. We're not going to bother with the customer experience program. Select next. And now it's just going to go through and check for all the software. It's found all the software, that's fine. So the server will be called lon-vm1. Port, I'm just going to leave the default. We already have SQL Server installed on this box, so if I click on my little drop down here, we'll just specify the instance name of the MS SQL Server. We'll just get it to create a new database and we'll just go with the default of Virtual Manager DB. So we'll select next at this point here. Next thing to do is just configure a service count and distributed key management. So all I'll do here is specify my username and password. So we've specified the username and domain, and we've also specified the password. Now if I did have this in a highly available VMM installation, I would store my keys in Active Directory. However, because I've only got a standalone host and I don't really have any clustering installed here, I'm not going to bother storing the Active Directory information that it's asking me to store at this point. We're happy with the port, so we'll just select next. And then what we're going to do here is we are going to create a library share. The library share is used for storing components that go to make up virtual machines, ISO files for example, VHDs. So we'll select next at this point here. Quickly read through the summary. We're happy with everything there, so now we'll select the install button. And now what it's going to do is it's going to go away and install the System Center Virtual Machine Manager. At this point here, this is going to take a few minutes. So what we'll do at this point, just pause the video and return back once the installation is complete. So as you can see now, setup is completed successfully. So we'll select close, close again, and we'll just minimize this down. So now all we'll do here is just come to a start menu, click on our little drop down, and if we have a scroll along here, what we should find is we have our Virtual Machine Manager console. So all I'll do is I'll right click on this, just pin this to my taskbar, and then we'll just go back to our desktop. So now we have our System Center Virtual Machine Management console. So we'll just connect through. And all we'll do is server name, I'll just leave localhost. I will use my current Microsoft Windows session identity. I am actually logged in as administrator anyway, but in the real world I'd be logged in as a standard user, and I would specify maybe as administrator, or I would be specifying administrator credentials to attach through. And I can also specify automatically connect with these settings. So we'll connect through. And as we can see, I now have my Virtual Machine Manager console up and running. Having a look at this, I don't have any hosts currently being managed. That's a later demo where we'll add the hosts in. That's the end of this demonstration of installing System Center Virtual Machine Manager 2012. Thank you.